Beautiful stuff. Well, welcome back to the Scratch Record podcast. We are with a band this afternoon that is a band that you would have seen on our socials before. It is Myriam Adams. They played with us in Birmingham for the Lou gig.
They didn't play with us.
That is suspect, actually.
They did, but that's not really relevant to the podcast.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's for the Patreon that was set up.
Yeah,
saving that. The OnlyFans.
Yeah, you can't reveal all our plans.
Yeah, all the things that we get up to.
Yeah. Exactly. You're giving it all away.
Yeah.
How are you, Myriam Adams? Are you all right?
We're very good, thank you.
Yeah.
We're living life. We're gonna go watch. We're gonna go watch a show tonight. Oh, hi, Katie.
Oh, sorry.
Katie.
Hi, Katie.
Hello, Katie. Katie, guest on the podcast. Katie.
Come in, Katie.
Yeah,
Katie.
Come in. They want to say hi.
Hello, Katie. Come in.
They're from the podcast.
Oh, hi.
The podcast. Hi, Katie. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, thank you.
What's it like looking after these two?
Oh, God, it's hell on earth.
I can imagine.
You know, funny thing is, she's Freddie's mum, and Freddie's not here.
I love that.
What are the chances?
Oh, that's good stuff.
Quality stuff.
Oh wait, come on, get him up. Freddie's just appeared.
What?
Where are you getting it from?
Is he in a cellar?
Yeah.
Get him up.
Is he in his bedroom under the floor?
Come on, Freddie. Come on, Freddie.
Is he dead? Is Freddie a dead body?
Just a lifeless head.
Oh, Freddie.
Yeah, when he's not on stage, he turns into a dog.
That'd be so fucking cool if he did.
What do you mean if? Look, can you not see? He's exactly the same.
Looks exactly the same.
Yeah, very
Come on,
similar.
Freddie. Say hi. Come on, don't be shy. Come on.
Hello. Amazing. So you're going to a show tonight, are you?
Oh yeah. Okay, Freddie, you don't have to take the whole story. You can. There we are. You can stay here. We're gonna watch an act called Sad Night Dynamite.
Ooh.
Okay.
They're on the up. They're kind of like they've had a few big. They're like significantly bigger than Myriam, but they're like doing. I think it's their first UK tour.
Probably, yeah.
And they're playing the Rainbow, which is a small venue for them, and we're like proper gassed. Like
that'd be sick. I really want to try that venue. That looks
there's a lot of good stuff going on there.
It's a nice venue. It's small and intimate, but like good small and intimate.
It's got a sick like lighting rig. It looks amazing. The shows.
Yeah.
That's very
sick.
We will have to try, actually. I feel like Birmingham's so easy for us. We need to get to quite a few gigs at that.
Yeah, we do need to get there more. I'm definitely not staying in the same place that we stayed for after the Lou gig. I don't think I've told the story on the podcast.
I don't think
the story?
So after the Lou gig, I booked the hotels for us. We booked for...
Which is just it's a bad omen already, really.
I booked the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I was sorting everything out, and we booked this hotel, and it was £30 a night. And I thought, that's cheap. And it's round the corner, and it's a pub called...
Should we name it?
Probably not, actually, after what happened. We got to this pub, right? First thing that was bad, one of the lads' rooms stunk of cigarettes, and we thought, someone's just been smoking. They moved him off, right?
Yeah.
So later in the night, we didn't think anything of it. We go to the gig, we come back. Obviously, there was a couple of issues that happened at the gig, which meant we had to come home early. And then we got back to this hotel, and me and my ex-girlfriend are in bed. And
that was sad.
We're in bed. Next door, all we hear is a load of screaming.
Wow.
And some woman apologizing very, very, very profusely. And we were like, oh, this is a bit mad. But we just thought, massive shouting match, whatever, went to sleep. And then all we hear is a fucking huge loud bang at like 4:00 in the morning, right? And we go, fuck this. I'm not staying anywhere near here. So we end up on the floor about 4 rooms down in one of our other rooms that we had. And so we end up in the floor, and we call the bloke downstairs, and we're like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but you need to get your ass down there and sort them out, kick them out, do whatever you need to do. This bloke that was in there apparently was geared off his tits and was kicking his girlfriend's head in, and the dog that was in there.
Oh,
how horrendous, right? This bloke then tried to kick him out. He pulled a knife on this bloke. and went for him. So this bloke got out of there, obviously. But he was this rough night porter, right? He calls the police. The police turn up. One copper turns up, tries to get him out. This bloke goes at this copper with a knife, right? So they call back up. There were 6 police officers then turned up, pinned this bloke down, dragged him out. And at this point, we've not had half an hour's sleep, really. Do you know what I mean? We've not really been to bed. We get down there the next morning. We get down to see the night porter the next morning. He was like, "Was it you that called us?" I'm not going to put it on his accent because he was thick Irish, but like he was like, he was like, "Was it you that called us?" And I was like, yeah. I gave the call because we were in the room next door." And he went, "Yeah, well." He was going at me with a knife. I was like, I didn't know whether I was going to kill him. I was like, if it was just me and it was my place, I would have gone in there with a baseball bat and I would have kicked 10 shades of shit out of him. I was like, I was going to kill him, but I thought there's people around. I don't want to do that. I've only just settled myself back down. He was like, I didn't know what I was going to do to him. I had to stop myself. And I was like, oh my God. Yeah, it was one of the worst nights of my life. The fact that our neighbour of the hotel decided to kick 10 shades of shit out of his missus and their bloody dog.
So maybe that's why we don't go to many gigs in Birmingham.
Yeah. I feel like that's a pretty bad experience.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to book Premier Inns now.
It was so I still think we got our value for money.
There's that other one that's about 30 quid a night. What's that one we saw?
The one after the flapper.
No. That one's terrible. That's the one we stayed at last.
Oh, was it a travel lodge?
No, it was similar to. It was like one of the bigger ones.
Oh, I can't remember. It's far the sun, like down the road from the academy.
Okay. Yeah, a bit more in town. We were literally like, you know where like Deadwax was and like Digbeth.
Yeah.
Cross the main roads into like. Digbeth.
Yeah,
and there's a pub that's on a corner and it was like a bed and breakfast and we were like, that looks nice. They'll do cooked breakfast in the morning. Rough as toast. It was rough as toast, mate. It was horrible.
I think I remember looking at a hotel very similar to that and thinking, nah, last second and changed it. But I was so close to booking it. It's the same one. That's quite funny.
It probably was as well. It was that like... And it was like, just send us all like 20 quid or whatever for the hotel. Like, are you sure, mate? And it's like, yeah. They've done us a little discount with loads of us. And I was like, turned up and I was like, that's why.
Yeah, that's right.
The people in there were fucking nitties.
Get what you pay for, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the way of the world sometimes, you know what I mean? Not everything's as good as it sounds.
No, it feels like it's falling off. Come on, Freddie, get on.
Right. Well, we've got a section in the podcast we're doing at the moment, which is where we give you a question and you've only got one word to answer. Right. So it's quick fire questions. You've got one word and that's all we want from you. Right.
This is going to be fun. Okay.
Okay. What's the last thing you do at night?
Sleep.
Brush.
Good.
Sleep is what I do at night. Can I change my word?
Yeah.
TV.
Okay. Okay. Long sleeve or short sleeve?
Long, short.
Short.
That was an easy one. Come on.
Best smell?
Me.
You, Jack.
Shoes or trousers?
Shoes.
Greatest artist?
Me. Us.
Myriam.
Greatest art form?
Music.
Night or day?
Night.
First thing you do in the morning?
Brush.
Open.
Oh, good one.
No hand signals allowed. That's cheating.
Yeah, no hand signals.
Favorite food?
Archie.
Chinese.
What is rock?
Rock.
Yeah.
What was the question, sorry?
What is rock?
Which he's already said rock, so that doesn't count.
Yeah, mine's going to be rock.
Favorite age?
19. I like being 19.
19.
It's a big
quality stuff.
Yeah, you're not old enough for to feel like an adult, but so you can kind of get away with being a bit stupid still.
I still feel like that at 23.
Yeah,
I still feel like that. I just don't feel as bad about it.
yeah.
Fair enough. Don't blame. Well, that is the end of the one-word questions.
They're good.
Yeah.
I like they're getting more and more. You just say a normal thing like shoes or trousers. What does that even mean?
I don't know, but it's
like, how are they comparable things?
I wrote this down the other day, and I can't remember my thought process for any of the questions.
No.
So I just was reading them out, and I was like,
Shoes or trousers? What I'm
shoes or trousers? I don't know where the fuck that came from.
Last week you just went mint toothpaste, and I was like, well, that's not a fucking question.
Mint toothpaste.
Do you like minty toothpaste?
It's that every fucker does. That's just life. That's just.
Yeah, but like, really minty?
You should have said how vintage you like toothpaste. That's a different question.
Very true. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I like the favourite age question. That is my favourite question so far that we've been asking. We asked Jason Allen, and we're so glad that like it just got a bit. We were one of the ones where like that could have gone very wrong.
Oh no! What was the answer?
Well, he said
13.
No, he didn't say 13. But we thought someone could say like 12, and then you know,
You're in trouble then.
Prince Andrew comes knocking, and you know we get all sorts of issues there.
Did you see that he's paying that woman £12 million?
12 million.
Yeah, I did see that.
Oh,
Which is quite funny considering he was claiming full innocence. Well, yeah, he was claiming full innocence and he'd never met this woman, and yet they were like, "Oh, you got to pay 12 million," and he's like,
yeah, probably should actually.
That's the behaviour of an innocent man, isn't it? To be fair.
There you go. Oh no, I can't reach down. Sorry, he was getting a bit annoying.
That's all right. Well, we're going to get stuck into maybe some more actual topical questions. Myriam Adams, the classic. What's going on with it? How did it start? How long has it been going? How did you all become friends?
Come on, you can start with how it started.
Yeah. How long ago was it now? 3 or 4 years?
Not 4 yet. Don't tell me it's been 4. I think 3. I think
3. Let's say 3. 3 years ago, we all went to Stratford College, Stratford upon Avon, which is, I always think is quite funny that we all met there because like none of us should have been at that college. Like I live in Birmingham, so I don't know why I was going to Stratford. Freddie lives next to Leamington, so he probably should have just gone to Leamington College.
Yeah.
And then Jack lived in Spain, so I don't know why.
Spain?
There's nothing really that special about Stratford College.
No, it's just a very normal college.
Well, apart from us, we're special.
Stratford's a nice place, though.
It is a very nice place, yeah.
Right, I'm just going to do this real quick. Sorry, guys. I know I'm ruining it. Just so we can put it on charge. There we are. Beautiful.
Beautiful stuff.
Sorry, one second. I feel like I'm ruining the whole.
Yeah, okay.
We're back. Sorry, yeah.
Superb.
Where were we?
So Stratford. Yeah, we just met there.
Doing music performance. And we're like, let's start a band. And we did in like a month in.
Yeah, we didn't really have a name for a while.
No.
We were just doing a lot. It was actually, I mean, we've been through quite a few people, especially at college, you know, joining the band and like trying out. And, but when it started, it was just us three. And now it's just us three again.
Oh, cool.
So, you know, it stayed, you know. There was something there special.
Definitely.
Well, you know, we just got on very well.
Yeah, which is most of it, to be fair. That is most of it.
Yeah,
so
I'd say like 99%.
Did you say you were living in Spain?
Yeah. So I grew up in Spain, but like my mum's half English. So that's why like I came to the UK. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not that I just came here not knowing how to speak English or anything.
That's crazy. That is wild.
Yeah, crazy.
How do you think... go on.
I don't know what I was going to say.
How do you think Spain would take to Myriam Adams? I think there's a big audience there. No.
There's a reason I did not stay in Spain.
Oh, that's good. So then did you do many gigs and stuff around Stratford?
We did a couple. Stratford's not really like... it's not really a gig. But I'll make sure we specify Stratford upon Avon, not Stratford, London. Stratford upon Avon is like... I mean, it's quite touristy, but like,
nothing like Stratford in London
that would go to like shows. It's a lot of older people. So just us. I mean, Freddie.
Most of the gigs we played in Stratford were with the college. I think we played a couple outside and like around Stratford. Yeah, but like the second we kind of started playing in Brum, we kind of moved away from Stratford and tried. Yeah, to just keep building in Brum, really.
There's definitely there's a scene in Brum, in it. So I mean, it's a city. I think any city is better than Stratford.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's a growing scene as well in Birmingham. I think we've noticed there's a lot of bands now like that are coming out of Birmingham and doing quite a lot of big things, and now the venues are actually like there's now more than just the Sunflower Lounge that people are actually respected enough to play in. Do you know what I mean? Like that Mother Studio is one of the ones I really want to go to.
Yeah.
I've not been to yet.
Yeah. It's quite good. I think. Wow, I just think there's a lot. I can't tell whether because I don't know whether it seems like there's loads of people doing it because we're in the scene, so we see it.
Yeah, that's true.
Or there was always. I know there was definitely like if you go like a few years back, there'll be people that were around a few years back, like 5-6 years. There's this whole B-Town thing, and people are very passionate about B-Town, like to the point. Like I think when when was it? Like in August or September, we got a little mention in NME, and it was like B-Town is back because it was quite big.
Yeah,
like they got an article in NME like 6-7 years ago, and to the point of it was mainly people saying like, "Oh, well done," and then another group of people being like, "There's never going to be another B-Town."
Oh Christ!
Whatever.
I saw you tweet the other day about Birmingham being cliquey for bands.
Yeah.
Can we talk? We've had that comment about Birmingham before. City Lights said that.
They did. They did say that, actually, but they did also try to burn down the BBC Introductions.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why they were left out on a few clicks. I think all love to it, but
I don't think. I think it's just. I mean, I don't want to. I'm not. It's not. I'm not. It's not aimed at particularly anyone. I think.
Go on.
To be fair, I think just like. I think humans were just a bit cliquey anyway. It's like, it's all like High School Musical. Like everyone like stays in their little groups of people and everyone's kind of scared of the unknown deep down, I reckon. And so I just think it's just a representation of who we actually are.
What clique?
Like, I think I wouldn't say it's particularly. I'm sure it's really cliquey in London and really.
Oh yeah.
Manchester. It's just how it is, isn't it? Like I just thought, you know what? I'm just gonna speak my thoughts because I realized people in this industry that speak their mind will, people will have a reaction whether it's a positive or negative, and that's better than not saying anything. So
I think
might as well say it.
Yeah, it's one of them things where like people become fans of you because then they know your thoughts. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them ones where that's where a lot of bands miss out, that they could become like just music, and you're like,
exactly.
That's you're not the full package at that point, are you? Do you know what I mean? People will then buy into it.
Yeah, we definitely think like, I mean, we're a band just because we make music together and we put it out, but like really, it's not. I don't think we've got the similar dynamic that like many bands do. Like we're a lot more. We like the whole idea of creating not a story, but just like, telling our story, innit? Like, if there's something to say it.
I feel like since social media's come around as well, innit? It's that you're able to constantly keep people engaged with that story, and because it's so easy to put stuff out there, it's you just build up this massive content, and it's just not enough to have the music anymore. No. You just need to engage people constantly. Yeah, but it's quite nice at the same time.
No, I love it. I love we can get away with so much. Just even like we do little documentaries and we put together most of our content. So it's like we feel like little directors doing our own little TV. I mean, I was thinking the other day, like it's kind of like a TV show in the sense of like. I mean, we're releasing music and videos and whatever, but like, it's kind of, you get like a couple of years ago, that's like season 1, you get an introduction to the characters. Chester, Freddie. You get a little introduction and you're like, okay, these are what the characters are about. And then they evolve like with, new music, and they speak about different things. And that's what we're doing. And we release a lot. So it's like, you get to see who we are throughout. It's a bit like a TV show. That's how I find it anyways.
Yeah, I know what you mean, definitely.
Yeah, I like that. And I think people respond to that. Like, as you said, people are they're turned off by just like faceless music. I think sometimes now it's a bit like
100%.
the song's good, but there's a lot of good music, like a fucking lot of good music. So
there's so much good music.
If your music's just good, then actually it's not quite enough. People be like, that's good, but I'm not hooked. Whereas like, when you get to know like you guys and you watch some behind the scenes stuff, some documentary stuff, then when you release a song, people are more likely to be like excited about it because they're like, we've watched this journey to this release, so like we want to be a part of it.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think it's just like, I don't know, it's like by telling our story and just being honest about who we are, like, well, people feel like I don't know, what is it, like they can relate to who we are, like, do you know what I mean? Because I think we're all quite similar at the end of the day, like, so, and I just feel like there's a little, I don't know where we fit sometimes, and I think there's a lot of people that don't know where they fit, and I think there's something quite comforting in feeling like you're sharing, even if it's sharing the fear of not knowing where you fit, but like there's something comforting about that. So I think we, the people that like us, like, it's a nice little community there.
Yeah, you're more likely to get a community by actually putting stuff out there anyway. Like, as you said, if a community around your music could be a bunch of random people, whereas like if people agree with you if you voice your opinions, then naturally you're going to have like a little group of people that agree with your opinions, and that's quite nice, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
I think that's also what's so good about social media is that group of people you actually get to know because you can contact them so easily and they're in constant communication.
But we have an addition.
Yeah, right. You've changed from the dog to a person.
Transformed.
How you doing, mate? You all right?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Yeah. How's your day?
Yeah.
Yeah. Back on the grind.
Back on the grind.
Beautiful. Love it.
Anyway, continue.
Just check it in. Yeah. So we're going to go post Stratford now to give you where we've gotten up to. Was it like a conscious decision? Did you all move back to Birmingham because it was like you're all kind of from around there kind of thing?
Well, Archie lives just outside Brum.
Yeah.
And then we're like Leamington, which is like, it's really like literally like a 25-minute train from Brum. So, I mean, we started doing shows in Brum and we started getting bigger shows in Brum, and now like our biggest audience is Birmingham. And so it's just where kind of we've got a rule now, especially like with headline shows, that every year we've got to double the capacity of like our headline show and sell it out, of course, like that's the whole, but whereas like around the UK we'll allow ourselves to do smaller shows. I think that's it for Birmingham now. Like it's just kind of, we just do bigger stuff now because I mean we've got the audience, and we'd see a lot of like, I mean before the pandemic you had a lot of bands like in Brum like getting quite big, and they always got to that level and never like, I don't know. I don't know if it was a lack of drive or a lack of even wanting to get bigger than just being, because it was very much like you were saying, like there were bands making music and that's all they did. Like they made music, did the shows, like the classic, like, and it was great, but like they never got onto that kind of like next level. And I reckon for us now, like we're just like, let's keep striving for more, especially in Birmingham, because that's where we can. Like anywhere, like we've just started doing shows in London, and there we're not going to go there and be like, yeah, let's sell out 300 capacity venue. But in Brum now, like the next one we're doing. When's this going to come out, by the way?
Tuesday.
Okay, so I'm not going to say. Wait, we'll know. But it's in next Tuesday.
As in like 5 days. Can't be last Tuesday.
Yeah. So no. So yeah, it'll be announced by then. But our next headline is in May, and we're headlining O2 Institute, which is 500.
Sick.
And that's like, that's like already a step up, and I think it's just going to be constantly like chasing the next thing for us now. Like Birmingham is our place to not settle. We don't want to settle. We want to get big so that we end up doing. What time we're doing 1,000 capacity in Brum, we should be able to start selling out 100 in London, that type of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's like by far the best way to look at it. And like as you said, I think some people hit a bit of a glass ceiling of where they're from and get stuck. And I think sometimes you got to take that ego hit. As you said, like if you sell out like a 400 person venue in Birmingham, you think we're amazing. sometimes then someone would be like, do you want to play like a 40 cap pub in London? You'd be like, no, like, why would we do that? But actually, like, that's what you've got to do. Like 400 people who already know who you are is kind of pointless, whereas 40 people who don't know who you are is like invaluable, isn't it?
No,
so
literally, like we did this show in Worcester a couple weeks back, and bearing in mind, like beginning of the year, we managed to do the Wombats show, which is like 1,200. So, but this Worcester show was like, there were probably like 40, 50 people there, and it was that was the show. So for us, it was the show after the Wombats, and we knew this is going to be like, it's definitely going to ground us a little bit. But we we're like, okay, we kind of need this. We can't just like, sorry, I'm just kind of rambling now. But like at the point that we're like, we can set out 1,200 capacity venues, and that's different. But we didn't bring 1,200 people, and that's what we were reminding ourselves. Like we were lucky to play that, but we're not bringing that amount of people. So until we do that, like we've got to do the small shows. Maybe not in Brum now because like we've got enough people to, and we want to kind of get the reputation of being the Brum people, the Brum band, or one of them at least. But outside of Brum, like we're still very small fish, very small fish.
Yeah. Well, is there plans to do other shows around the country sort of thing? Are you planning on traveling and stuff like that?
Yes. We're doing, I mean, we need to sort it, but we want to do our first like little tour. And we're kind of discussing how's the best way to do that, because we've seen a lot of bands do tours and they're kind of very big in their local town. And it's hard to do like a headline tour when you're at our level. But we're trying to, if we do it well enough and kind of pick the right shows, to like manage to get ourselves. We're thinking uni shows would be the best way. Like if we manage to, we've got friends in uni all around the country, so even if they're like they bring their flatmates, then we already know we've got an amount of people that, and do like, we want to do like tiny venues, like 40 capacity venues, like, and just, do you know what I mean? Just create that atmosphere of like hectic and, much better than doing 200 capacity venues and having 40 people there and it's kind of empty.
Yeah.
So it's definitely in the plans, but we need to, that's like our next thing, or one of the next things we got to sort out. There's a lot going on at the moment.
Well, shout us, man. We'll help.
For sure. Yeah,
we'll help. Genuinely, we'll help. We'll do what we can in the cities that we've got places in as well. So give us a bell. We'll be well down to help.
I think part of it as well is like the smartest thing, like you were saying, is like picking smart local supports as well. Because just not, and we've always hated that thing of like getting a support and being like you have to sell a certain amount of tickets. But like get rid of that. But you can still pick people that are going to naturally do that and be like, if you're going to bring a little bit of a good vibe, not too many people, but just being smart about it.
Exactly.
Then you kind of bring some good people to the plate that then when you can come on and headline that like you've got them
exactly.
There. So no, definitely would love to get involved.
That's we'll be in contact about that, because like I mean we've got to sort of a couple things, because we've just finished sorting the headline thing and like all that's kind of sorted kind of, and we've got a release next week actually,
quality.
And there's a few things like around, and then we've got this whole other project that I'm not going to stay on here because it will
still a little bit of work.
It's a little secret, but it's very, I'll tell you like in private.
Yeah, you can tell
It's so cool. But that's being filmed soon as well. So after that, that's when we'll probably get into, right, let's plan this tour.
Yeah, quality stuff.
Yeah.
That's sick. That is very, very sick. I want to go back to that Wombat show, because obviously we've spoke about playing to that 1,200 people. That's a lot of people to get in front of. What was that like for you? Because as an audience that's there for the Wombats, it's obviously an interesting mix of people. What was that like for you lot to actually play it?
I think we got so lucky that we managed to bring like some of our like Myriam bunch there.
They were going crazy.
I think they really changed it for us.
Yeah.
Because like when we were playing and they were like dancing to it, it kind of encouraged the rest of the crowd to dance to it. And then if you're at a show and you've never seen people ever, but everyone in the crowd's loving it, it just makes it so much better.
You feel like you're meant to like it as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was so good.
So good.
Yeah. I think as well, like when it was our first song, or like first couple, it was still like, you could see our audience in the middle there. I could spot them, but they were still a bit shy because no one else was kind of going for it. And then we kind of, I think in Best Nude, we got people to sing along. I was like, okay, mosh pit's next, easy. Let's get the mosh. And then all our, like, the people that come and watch us are like the best. Like, they fucking go crazy. So as soon as that was going, like, I could see like people that we'd never met or never seen before. They were starting to join in and stuff. So it was like, it was crazy. It was literally, it didn't feel like, it felt more comfortable being there than being like kind of small stage.
Like mosh pit was insane. Yeah, it was so good. Have you seen the live video?
I think I was there.
Yeah, they were there.
No way.
I was there. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, because we booked the tickets before I even saw you supporting.
Yeah.
Because it's like not far from us, and they're like 14 quid. And I was like, yeah, I'll go see it. Yeah. And then saw you supporting, and was like, that's ridiculous. But I was the same. It's a bit like, love you guys, but I was like, it's very interesting support for Wombats. So I was like, I'm so glad they've made like an interesting choice and not just been like, you can get any average indie band to support. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I think so. The booking, the person that booked us was from the venue, which I'm not complaining, but also, I mean, I'm not going to say, but I'm going to say we were very fortunate, but I'm not sure how much info this person actually, or how much he actually knew about us. I think, because the thing is with our songs, like, you could hear one song and, you know, it's like, I don't know, if you hear Best Nude, you think, oh yeah, this kind of fits in with the one that's kind of, you know, it's kind of indie pop, easy. And then I don't think he heard more than one or two songs, which is fine. I'm not complaining. I didn't know how the Wombats audience would react, but I think Wombats audience is like, because they're like kind of a classic English band. You get like, you know, people that strictly like that type of music, but you also get all the like kids that like a bit of everything. Do you know what I mean? So,
there was honest, like, I think even, and as you said, like, you could tell we were a little bit further back, and you could tell you had like a core in the middle, and as you said, as you went on, more and more and more people were getting involved. But even like further back, you could see people were like, you know, a little nod or a little, not that people are going to go crazy, but like people were really enjoying it. And I was so glad that I was like, people did throw themselves into it and were just like you guys came out with so much energy as well. And then when you could see that crowd reacting at the front, everyone, as you say, it's quite infectious. Everyone else is just like, okay, we haven't heard of them, but this is sick. So
exactly.
And that's perfect.
Like, literally, like, if you just looked at us, like, I don't think any of us, there wasn't a point that said, I think at least one of us was like smiling or something. Like, it was it was amazing. It was just great.
Did you have any sort of like, not like stage fright, but that kind of like, did you feel a bit more nervous than normal? And like when you came out and saw it, were you a bit like shit, or was it just like?
I was like, this is amazing, but it wasn't like any more than the usual nerves we get before a show. For me, at least.
Yeah, no, it
was just like
a bit less. You know?
Yeah, I don't know why. I think because we know it's going to sound good because there's the sound engineers, you know, they're used to big venues, and big venue equipment isn't much better than small venues. So we're like, it's going to sound good. Yeah. There's loads of people here, and we know that we've got 50, 60, 70 of our people. This is a walk in the park. Like, we were like, you know, these songs are made for this type of venue. Like,
there's weirdly so much less to worry about.
Yeah.
At small venues, because there's so much you have to do yourself.
Yeah.
There's so much support in the bigger venues because it's got such a bigger team behind it.
Yeah. It was great. It was God.
Were you divas backstage, or what did you get on your rider?
Nah. We were like super. I think
didn't want to take the piss with it, really.
I so would have taken the piss.
Yeah. I think we're just like quite naturally like, we just kind of assume we're not going to get. We were surprised we got a room, like a dressing room. Do you know what I mean? We were like, yeah, sure. Great, awesome. Because we just expect
like a little hole in the wall.
Yeah.
So did you meet the Wombats?
We said hi, and they said hi. They were quite worried about getting COVID, I think, because they'd have to cancel their tour. They kept themselves a bit to themselves, which is fair enough. But Fred's got an interesting story about the lead singer. That's a story.
Well, you know, I had a bit of nerves, so I need to go to the toilet.
Amazing.
Number one, number two. And I walked in, and I didn't. I knocked on the door, or I tried to open the door. It's locked. So I kind of waited a bit. The lead singer of the Wombats came out. Oh my God! That fucking can I finish the comment?
It stank. He had big poo.
Quality.
So
he must have been a bit nervous, a bit sick. And we have a theory that he did have a toilet in his dressing room, but he did it in that one.
yeah, he knew it was going to stink.
Yeah, 100%.
I bet you do some right stinky poos on tour.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
He's been on like fast food and like busy drinks for like 2 weeks going around the country, and then it must have been effort.
Yeah.
They're quality lads. So we had Dan, Dan, the drummer, on the podcast.
Really?
A while back, a few weeks back now. Must be 20 odd episodes or something. Last June, a while back then.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he were like, you actually fucking sound as, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like for a band that are that size, we were chatting about this, that, and whatever, and just talking about stuff that definitely shouldn't have been spoken.
He said he'd kill a small horse.
He did, yeah, he did. That was something like on the record. It might have been a badger.
Yeah, we asked him what the biggest animal we think he could beat up in a fight was, and he said like a feeble badger. Like a badger, but if it had been like starved for a bit, so it was a bit weak, I could kill that. We were like, amazing that.
In a few months, it's going to come out that in the area where he lives, there's been a man going around beating up little small badgers.
Yeah, just culling badgers. Yeah, the badger colours is risen.
You're like, wait a minute. It can't be.
It can't be. Then the clip of our podcast just gets played on the news. They're like, I think we might have found a suspect.
Yeah. I know they were really nice though. Like when there was no, they weren't dicks or anything.
Where's my fapping latte?
That's one of the things I would have from like the small interactions, that they did just seem like very normal people.
Yeah.
Regular.
Yeah, I think they are pretty standard lads, aren't they, to be fair? That's the vibe that we got.
Have you seen their NFT stuff that they've released the last couple of weeks?
No.
I've seen their metaverse thing, but I haven't seen the NFT.
Yeah, so they've just released that thing that's in the metaverse, but they released an NFT that's like a wearable clothing in Sandbox. And it's like a wearable thing that's like the pixelated characters that are on their album art.
Yeah.
But it gives you like access to like gigs that they play. They're going to play a massive gig in the Sandbox and stuff like that. They're going to do a whole thing like that. And then also there was like a Rubik's Cube type thing that if you solved it, you got entry into like tickets or like signed guitars and stuff like that. But it got really negative press, but I thought it was quality.
It was the weirdest thing. Like I saw it and I was like, that's sick. And then you went into all the replies and people were like slating them. They're like, this is disgusting. Like, I can't believe this. You're my favorite band. I'm not listening to you anymore. Like,
what? It was awful.
I was so like, what?
I was like, this is one of the most like, it had the best utility for a thing that an NFT that an artist had released. You know, like Kings of Leon did it when it all started blowing up back at the start. They released their album on it. You know, you've seen artists from like rappers do quite a lot on it and stuff like that. But for an indie band, it had actual utility and it worked. Like it worked in Sandbox. Like people were,
but I don't get like
about,
it was all extra stuff. Like they didn't put their album on it and be like, you have to buy an NFT to listen to the album. Yeah. Like it was just extra shit. So if you don't like it, don't fucking.
It had like access to unreleased demos and everything, and I was like, that's fucking quality for a fan of this. Cool. I didn't buy it because. Poor, but like actually in concept, if I had an extra 150 quid to sling at it, like I would have bought it. But it's one of them ones where I was like, I can't believe everyone's so pissed off about it.
Yeah, people. I can't imagine why. I don't know why they'd be pissed off about that.
I guess it's quite a new thing, isn't it? And it's a lot of the classic indie fans.
That's true.
I feel like a lot of that audience is very set in stone.
Yeah.
2007 indie fans.
That's it. I think it's quite kind of like that light-hearted indie fans of like, they're not really into it, but they just like their bigger songs. And then they're like, they just won't even understand what this shit is. So they just kick off about it. But no, it's a bit weird. You've gone up in the world in the NFT scene though, because Elliot then shared it being like, this is good. And then you had like NFT 60__ reply like, yes, this is the best tweet. So we're like, we're really
NFT moguls in the indie world.
Yeah. We're wanking our way into being NFT and indie music podcast.
Wow. Yeah. I wonder how like far NFTs will go. Like, I still have no clue if it's like, and obviously like, I'm still wrapping my head around NFTs.
I think a lot of people are.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's going to be one of those things that will just like eventually everyone like understands them a bit better, or they'll be like
just something
a bit like Bitcoin and all that. I don't even know if Bitcoin will be a thing at some like. Do you know what I mean? I feel like people do make money off it, but
is it just a quick money grab or does it have longevity?
Yeah.
I really want it. We've been really toying. Well, I've been really toying with the idea, and obviously it's so hard to do. But I want to toy with the idea of making a black card. So like having like a TSRP presents black card that's in the NFT. It's on the blockchain. It's an NFT. There's only 5 or 10 of them, and we auction them off and we do something about it. But that gives access to every single TSRP presents gig that's ever put on. So it's just a black card. You buy that NFT and then you get access to everything from that point. So if we end up doing massive gigs in a few years' time, that black card that we released,
Myriam Adams at Wembley Arena, and you
get your free entry on the black card, and it's all in like the box. Like, you get like a box. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think that would be so sick. There's so much you can do with it. I think that's what gives NFTs and like stuff on the blockchain like that such longevity, that you can do so much with it that it's so much real world application that I don't feel like we're quite there with it yet on it actually being like having a utility that is in real world, is in like is proper IRL sort of stuff, access to this and that, or free clothing, or do you know what I mean? Things like that. I think that type of stuff, when it starts adding into that, then we're like, then we're talking into something that could be really interesting.
For sure. I think the thing that like I struggle to understand, I mean, for us to do anything NFT based, I automatically think, okay, something even like what you said. Okay, so let's say we applied our thing, like, you get a black card, you can come to any show ever. But like, I know people want to come to shows, but especially with music, like people don't listen to music thinking, oh, it's a long-term investment type of thing. Like, you know what I mean? So I can't imagine, even if I love an artist, I'd have to have a lot of spare money to be like,
it's 150 quid.
And then I can go to any show.
Then again, like,
I don't think that'd be the demand for us right now.
I think as promoters it works a little bit better. Then you've got like if you do it for like one band, then you've got to be die-hard fans. Do you know what I mean? But whereas like you kind of know that if you're going to get one from like a promoter like us, or say like Future Sounds did one, or one of these bigger promoters up the north, like, you know, they're putting on gigs, they're putting on 3 gigs a week sort of thing, or like a gig a week sort of thing that you could get access to.
A person, you know, there's lots of people that just go to gigs all the time.
My mate's dad does that. He literally just travels around. Like he works remotely or works in like different parts of the country, and he'll just travel around. And when he's there, he'll go to 3 gigs a week. Like, I was living in Leeds, and he dropped me a message. He was like, "Oh, do you want to come to a gig with my dad?" And I was like, "Yeah, why not?" Like, and it was like we went to Mr. Ben and the Bens, or Bill and Ben and the Bens,
That's a good name.
That's a good name.
Yeah, something like that. Fucking quality, but like just was standing there with him and his old man like at the back. Like, I was like, this is belter.
Yeah, it's a weird one, but I think like it could work, and especially like, say with you guys, like to do an NFT, like investing in it is just like investing in anything. Like, it's a risk because you never know, nothing might happen. But if like you did have a black card from Myriam Adams, and all of a sudden you are playing bigger venues around the country, that card's then worth like 100 times what someone paid for it. It's like it can work.
You could say. But my thoughts is our audience people that would invest in, and like, are they investors? And I think
that's what. I don't
think that's the Myriam audience. I don't think it's the people.
The way you'd sell it off though is like invest in you lot. Like, you invest, like, you, that then gives you cash as an overhead that you can then use to forward your careers, I guess.
The issue I found with them, and like with the Wombats one, is that like then it's not even not having the money, but it doesn't cost 150 quid. It costs 0.07 Ethereum. So like, if I wanted it, I've now got to go and buy Ethereum.
Do you not have Ethereum?
To them? No, I don't have any crypto. I can't be asked of it. But that's with crypto. It's like crypto's not worth anything. It's just worth what people like. It's on their mind. Yeah. Whereas like now,
let's rise up.
Whereas like then I'm always annoyed that I need it now. I'm like, fuck, they've got me. I need Ethereum.
I wish I bought it at £80 in sixth form when we were talking about it.
Well, yeah, there's that, but there's also just the fact that if you have a couple, then when something like that comes up, it's easier to just get it because you've got some. Whereas because I haven't got any, I'm like, can I be asked to it's like an extra barrier in the way. Like, can I be asked to go and now buy some Ethereum to then go buy an NFT that one? It's like, I'm now just like, by then I'm like, I've gone past a tweet. I'm over it. I'm like, nah, fuck it. Like, do you know what I mean? It's effort in it, but it's an interesting space, that's for sure.
It is interesting. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I wonder whether it will ever like be something of like just a general audience, or will be more of a like investor thing.
Yeah,
I mean, like
I think it's definitely, people are definitely trying to put it into the mainstream. I think that's because they bought Ethereum and people need to buy them. To buy NFTs, you need like crypto. Yeah. And so when they buy crypto, it makes crypto go up and they get a bit more money.
I don't know if it will.
It's still
that's the
action.
Yeah, there's still too many loopholes in it though. Have you seen all that stuff on OpenSea recently with the Bored Apes? Like, if you had a previous bid or a previous buy now, like 6-7 months ago, people were able to get into the blockchain and buy it at that price. So people were buying Bored Ape yacht clubs, which average at a couple 100,000 for 8 ETH, which is like 10 to 15,000. Yeah. So people were buying it for 10, 15,000, and OpenSea were like, I don't know why you can do that. That wasn't meant to happen. Yeah. So it's still so early doors for people to be chucking that sort of money into cryptocurrency that like you don't know how, like at the minute, because it's still so new, people don't have that.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are saying it's going to be like tickets and stuff. Yeah, it's going to be a while.
It'll be hundreds of years or just fizzle out.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I think it'll either like, even, you know, when we die, it'll still be like relatively early stages, or it won't be a thing. But I guess it's got to develop into something.
Yeah.
I think as soon as countries start investing in, like, as countries are now slowly getting invested into more cryptocurrency and stuff like that, and they have ownership over it, that's when it becomes beneficial for governments to put in legislations and stuff like that then regulates it a little bit more. So as soon as that happens, then you start thinking, oh well, then it's a universal currency that has a little bit more access for everyone and stuff like that. People are taking Bitcoin for pints. Do you know what I mean?
You know? Pretty much Red Dead. Yeah.
Great.
It's a great game. It's not to be anyway. Dick that pulls it back to music. We got any more music related questions at all?
I have mosh pit sticks out. This is what I have written down. Mosh pit, in quotes, sticks out as a vibe, and recent recognition. They are the two things I've got written down. So
okay, neither. Do you want me to form them into a question?
Yep, you can crack on.
Okay. Mosh pit sticks out as a vibe. What was the influence behind mosh pit? 'Cause it's quite different to your other songs, and it also has someone featuring on it. It's more of a collaboration. So how did that come around?
Well, I mean, although I guess like because of how we look and being in Birmingham, it's automatically indie band. I don't think any of us we don't not listen to indie, but we're not particularly that fussed about indie as a genre. Like, we're not indie fans. We're not fanatics of indie music. Like, we like, I mean, I guess like everyone says that nowadays, especially with Spotify. It's so easy to be broad with things and stuff, but like, we're very much into, well, I guess like Moshpit comes across a bit like a mixture of like hyper pop and trap, and we like hyper pop and trap a lot. In fact, like a lot of even this next song we're putting out is kind of like our most alternative rock indie song of this EP so far. But there's a section in it that just goes off. I don't think that's the last of the Moshpit type things that we'll be doing at all. Like, it's not. That one was like, okay, let's just commit. We wanted to find a way of, okay, let's see if we can mix Myriam with trap and make it sound like it's meant to be. And well, I think for us we've done it well. Yeah.
Well, you know, I think it was like Rajan.
Yeah. Rajan's our producer, but he's also
the feature on it.
Yeah.
Right.
And his stuff is more orientated towards that anyways.
Because he's been producing us since the start. And he's always very like, that's always been something that I think it has influenced us quite a lot.
Yeah.
His style of production.
Yeah.
As much as I think it's like, you know, we feed off each other, but like this is a great one because it's everyone's song.
I feel like it was probably bound to happen when you're working with a track producer doing indie sounds.
Yeah, something like that was going to come out.
It's going to eventually, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we already were like trying to do, but I don't know. I think every time we'd done something before that, in the EP before that, we had a song called Porti, and that had like a section in it where it's got like a sub bass and like trappier drums, but it was very much more like
subdued,
like subtle. And I think we just wanted to do literally like, I don't think there's a song that hits the same way in our genre, our type of music live with mosh pit. Like it when it works so well. But then if people don't mosh it, it's kind of a flop.
I was really gutted when you played it at the Lou gig.
Yeah.
I was really gutted. I was like, this should have something, but it's obviously such a weird clientele of young.
It is.
Young crowd.
That's the thing. Like, it's just literally, it depends on the audience for it to kind of go hard or not. Like, if people are like going like this, so you can't, it's literally, you've got to be kind of losing your mind a little bit. I don't particularly like when I go to a show, I don't particularly like being in the mosh pit.
Really?
But I like there being a mosh pit.
Yeah.
Even when I'm in the audience, even if I'm not part of it, I just feel like everything's, moving. I think that's the thing. Like when things, even like the lighting and like the lights are flashing, like everything comes to life. But if it's just like a small venue and people don't really know you and it doesn't really work. So it's very hit or miss. Mosh pit can literally either be like the best of the set or the worst of the set, just depending on how people react.
It's good to have that type of track though in your set list.
Yeah. It's very us. Like,
I think it's good to just have anyway as well, because I think it's nice, like if someone asked us now, like we might do when people come to the podcast, you're like, who have you got on? And we said you, and if they hadn't heard of you, it's quite nice to be able to go like listen to like Mum and Dad and then listen to Mosh Pit.
Literally.
And like then decide, like it's quite, even on like with 2 songs, you can kind of be like, they can do like everything and everything in between, and there's like a lot going on. I think it's nice to have that track just in your portfolio to just be able to be like, oh, by the way, we also do stuff like this. People are like, shit, that's cool. That's like a really good thing to have.
That's the main thing that really intrigued me about you guys, to be honest. And that's what really like because we obviously I heard about you through Mum and Dad. That's where we kind of found just through that. And then kind of went on this journey of looking back through stuff. And then when Mosh Pit came out, I was like, oh shit.
I literally remember you saying, like, have you listened to that Myriam Adams new song? Me being like, no. And you were just like, just listen to it. You won't expect what you hear. And I was like, okay, what the fuck? But I was like, this is sick.
Literally, it was a grower on me as well. It was one of them ones where, like, the first time I heard it, I was like, what the fuck are they doing? and then I played it again and I was like, oh, okay. I see it now. I get it now.
Now you're driving to work.
I think a lot of our music is very, very much like visual. Like, if you can picture it, then it makes sense. Until that happens, then sometimes I think a lot of it only makes sense because of the way we're seeing it, or the way we can picture it live or through a music video or whatever. So it does. I can. But then again, like we're a big fan of like subversions of expectations. Like in whatever, like we like it in music, but we like it in films and anything that any art you can consume. Like we like expecting something and having something else thrown at us. So we like doing the same. We like it. Just creates an initial reaction of like, I didn't expect that.
Hate it.
Bit love or hate or
bit of Marmite.
Yeah.
I like that. Oh, lovely stuff. Should we take it to the last section we have on the podcast before we wrap it up? We do a section where we shout out up and coming bands or artists that we're listening to at the moment that, whether that you think needs a little bit more recognition or they're not quite getting the press that they deserve. So is there anyone that you lot are listening to at the moment that you want to shout out?
I've got, the obvious ones for me are our buddies, but they're insane. I mean, Harrison Powers.
Yeah.
Honestly, like he's dropping a song tonight. I'll probably just send it to you. He's good. He's good.
Send it to us, 100%.
Yeah, I will. And then Rajan Marwaha. He's going to drop a new song soon. I think he's going to like reimagine his image a bit and Yeah, he's going through, he's going through the whole like finding his image and stuff, but he's very good. And then think of local bands, Hamburger Momma.
Yeah,
Hamburger Momma, great.
That's a fucking amazing name.
Yeah, they're very good.
Well, we're going to see. I guess it's not.
They're not really upcoming. I've already mentioned Sound Like that.
Yeah,
they are upcoming, but upcoming on a different level.
Yeah.
Like not upcoming. They've already got their tracks with like 100,000-200,000 views and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Come on, we know more people. We need to shout out.
Go on then, Joe. Let Joe take. You lot have a think. Joe, what have you?
I was going to say either of us can mention them, but I wanted to talk about pre-drinks.
Yes,
because pre-drinks, which again is such a cool name for a band, like that, all in caps as well, one word, pre-drinks. I was like, they sent us over their new song that's not out yet.
Yeah,
and
I don't think we're allowed
you listened to it. No, we won't mention, but you listened to it, and then we're like,
I was blown away.
And it's one of those, we do get sent a lot of music by people, especially being like SoundCloud links and like random bands, and a lot of it you're like, what the fuck is this? So like it's quite nice when you press one and you're like, fuck, this is actually a fucking good song. Oh my god. So like when you said listen to it, I was like, oh, that's exciting. But their new one is probably their best one, but they've got 2 songs out already called Watch the Spritz and Happier Kids. And they're both also really fucking good.
They're like, it's kind of 80s dance crossed with a new style of indie. It's like a blend of the two.
An upbeat bass that's like, it's quite dancey, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like just more and more elements come in. But yeah, it's got that kind of quite indie, like catchy undertone. So you can listen to it and still like it stays in your head a bit. But like there's a lot of layers to it. It's not just like simple. We're just bashing out like an indie song.
We like catchy.
Yeah, like it's complicated but also catchy at the same time, which I think is a really hard thing to pull off. So but when that new one comes out, that's going to be like, we'll try our best to just like really help them get out there, because like they've literally got 178 monthly listeners, and I'm looking at this now and I'm blown away by that. Like they could easily with this new one just like shoot up, because people just need to hear it. So pre-drinks, keep an eye out. I can't remember when they said the release date was.
First week of March, 3rd of March, 4th of March. Right.
By the time it comes out, it'll still be a little while, but keep an eye on pre-drinks because they're very good.
Yeah. And go on.
Ziggy 2000.
Oh yeah, she's amazing. You guys will like Ziggy 2000. She's good.
I like that. That's a cool name.
Yeah, ping that one through as well. Just send us the links, man. Well, to be honest, if you ever hear a band that you want to you think are decent, like just send them through, because we're always fucking listening to everything.
Yeah, for sure. We will. Don't you worry.
Yeah, quality stuff. Well, I've got one, and it's a band that I can't stop listening to, and it's so fucking typical indie music, like just typical like sticky carpet sort of indie music. Like I'm gonna get pissed on lager and throw it at someone sort of indie music. And it's a band called the Waterfalls, and they've got a song coming out this weekend as well. But the one that they released beforehand, there's a song called Michael Sierra, and it's fucking belter. Is it Sierra or Cara?
I don't know. Cera.
Cera.
Oh, Michael Sierra. Michael from Superbad.
I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. That makes so much fucking sense. Now the lyrics as well. That makes so much fucking sense. Shit. Anyway,
he's also it's got Pilgrim.
Yeah. Well, fucking belter of a track. They released one about him, about like not stealing his girl and stuff like that, and it's a whole fucking thing. It's a quality track, and it's typical indie music, like gonna get shit faced on a Friday night and then have a row with someone in the chippy sort of music. I like it.
That new Lee Objectif one as well.
Yeah, same thing. That Lee Objectif track is belter.
They were on the podcast a couple of weeks ago.
That's probably well recognized.
Which is good. Yeah. They're and they're sick. They're really good lads as well. They're literally like 17, 18, but they're killing it. Nice. They were in like this new song, and they're in like NME and Dorkhood, like doing on them and stuff like this. Like it's just like they're doing really well. They'll be one in a couple of years. They'll be huge. So
I do like the fact that the Objectif did say post. I'm going to put it on the record, but they preferred our interview to the enemy. So
they did say.
There we are.
Guilty as charged. So you know what I mean. Well, thank you very much, lads, for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you.
If you are still listening, make sure you go check out Myriam Adams' single that should be out next weekend.
Next Thursday.
On Thursday. So in 2 days' time, when you're listening to this, if you listen to the day release, on Thursday, they've got a new track coming out. Make sure you check that out and buy a ticket to their headline show. And make sure you like the podcast, subscribe, leave a review on Apple Podcasts. If you're on Spotify, make sure you have the notifications on. And we'll see you on the other side. Peace. Beautiful stuff. Cracking work, boys.